Hello everyone, and Merry Christmas. I guess it is Christmas now. The end of year montage is coming out on New Year's Eve, and it'll probably feature this. I'll probably even feature this clip of me talking about the montage in that video. Oh, wouldn't that be meta? This is actually the new default TARDIS. This is and it's based off of the Smith, the Blue Smith. It's this one here. It's kind of a big kind of redo. They did it for the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, and I kind of forgot about it. But this video is actually more of a tutorial, because I think I've mentioned in some of the other Gmod TARDIS videos I've done, is I said one day I'll actually kind of go through all the functions that a TARDIS has. And I think as this is kind of this brand new kind of updated version with some actually sort of new elements that haven't been added to other ones before, I think this is the perfect time to sort of actually show you how to fly a TARDIS. That's what this is. This is I'm going to teach you how to fly a TARDIS today. That's what I'm going to do. So let's begin. So of course, you open the doors. That's always the first step. Also, we're on a different map. We're on what's it called? Omens V2 or something. It's got like it's like a little solar system planet map, so we can fly to all different planets. Right. So of course you've got your interior. Let's turn off the screen. So all the buttons, if you have the option, are labelled. You can press a button to have them all on at the same time, or you can have it just so they come on as you hover over them, so they don't look as intrusive, and you can change what the box looks like. So I've got this quite translucent grey box, so I can tell what it is. It's not very intrusive. So we're going to essentially go through all the different buttons on the thing. So door switch and door lock. This just opens the door. You'll get these mostly on classic ones, and that'll be to open the interior door. So say like the 80s TARDIS or the 60s Hartnell one. But so you can open the door and then you can lock it. That's quite self-explanatory. They don't do anything. That's just for exterior light. That just makes the lamp on the top outside light up. Shields. Now, shields are a new thing. It essentially means if you shoot the outside of the police box... I wonder if I can actually quickly demonstrate that. I got rid of all my guns for this. Heavy, something quite powerful. Shotgun will be good. Yeah, so... Apologies, that's loud. So you see, I've shot the TARDIS, and the shields have gone down a little bit. That'll probably recharge over time anyway. So now I have a Winchester. I think that's also the one from Terminator 2. So actually, yeah, the shield's gone back up. You can modify all these. You can change health to shield ratio, the max health and stuff. There's also something for Artron energies. That's like a fuel that the TARDIS uses when it's in flight. I've turned that off for this, so you can have lots of different rules for like role playing and stuff. You can have things on and off that. So that just turns off the shields. And you turn them on, they have to recharge. HADS, so that's the Hostile Action Displacement System. And what that means is, when that's turned on, if the TARDIS is shot or attacked, it relocates. So if you've seen the Wild Blue Yonder last week, you kind of get an idea what that is. It also, I think it's actually a Troughton thing. It's a very old part of the TARDIS. I think it was first mentioned in the 60s, and then I think the first time it was re-mentioned in New Who. I think it was in Cold War in Series 7 when they land on the Russian sub, and it kind of just disappears. Another cool thing this TARDIS has is if you hold E on these turny things, they just keep spinning, which is nice. This is the console switch, so all that does is it turns off the function of all switches, apart from I think the DMAT lever. So you can keep flipping all the buttons, and they don't do anything. So let's see that other button. You can flip the switches, and nothing turns on and off. So if you want to just go around pressing all the buttons, you can. That's redecoration. I'll explain redecoration at the end. Self-repair, so if the TARDIS gets damaged, so if it hits the... So you've got the shields of the shield icon, and the heart is like the TARDIS's actual health. And that doesn't regen until you activate the self-repair, and it will kind of turn the TARDIS off, and it will lock you out to where it repairs itself. That's quite an old... That was from the old TARDIS mode. Got power switch, that just turns the power off. And of course that also resets the shields. Sonic charger. You get it just spawns you a Sonic. This has not got music. On most ones, that's a music one, so you can open the music. Iceberg security, that is only used. So yeah, Iceberg security has no use in single player, so that means it only applies to the people who spawn the TARDIS. So say, I don't know, Adam was in here and wanted to steal my TARDIS, I could turn it on, and you couldn't fly the ship. You would have no control over it. You just press the buttons and it wouldn't do anything. Coordinates. That is so to move your TARDIS around with the DMAT lever. I'll explain the flight in a minute. You can punch in kind of exact numbers, and it'll take you to a spot. A bit like coordinate travel in the Dalek mod. You type in where you want to land, and or you have random locations if you want to just go somewhere random. There's also a button, I think, from up there. So you press that. I think you can hold it. It spins, which is nice. Fast return. So the TARDIS hasn't. So that means it just takes you to the last place the TARDIS took off from. That's engine release. That's for. I think that's for with the Artron energy. So that essentially means it opens the engines and it can suck up residual Artron energy from around and can refuel. Handbrake just does what it says in the tin. It just locks the handbrake. So if I try and take off, can't dematerialize. Timer at handbrake's engaged. The red lights come on, and then on all the way off. There we go. I also like how the lights come on when you pull it. That's nice. Destination select. So that is go through telepathic circuits. So you have this mode of flight. So you control this holographic TARDIS. You can use shift to go fast. It controls like no clip. So controls down. Alt is slow. If you hold Alt and Shift and then move A and D, you can rotate the TARDIS. That was sad. Up, space and control up and down. Shift makes you go faster. And if you press excuse me, if you press R at any time, it automatically sets you directly to the ground. You press oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, if you right click, it's like a zip to point. That's cool. That must be a new thing. Left click confirms it, and E just cancels it. Cloaking device that just disguises the TARDIS. So you can just go out, and you can see now the TARDIS is invisible. That's the sign. So yeah, with the Sonic, you can hold left click opens the doors, right click locks it and unlocks it. If you Alt and click, you link the TARDIS, which means you can materialize it using slots. So you can set destination, press R, and the TARDIS will dematerialize. And you can use the Sonic to so you can sort of summon the TARDIS on you. And if you summon it like directly at your feet, it will kind of fade around you and then teleport you directly into the console room, like it would in, say, the Dalek mod, or in Doctor Who. The TARDIS can materialize around objects and people and put them straight into the control room. And the cloaking device also you can see the TARDIS. Spin, so you can turn the spin on and off, or set to anti-clockwise or clockwise. Locking down mechanism, that wedges the TARDIS to the spot. So if I go back into... So this is the manual flight control. If I try and fly, I can't move, because the locking down mechanism as well, I'm sort of wedged to the spot. So turn it off and you can fly. So flight mode is just your good old-fashioned TARDIS flight. So enter manual flight. I'm just flying around. It'll be quite loud, probably. So shift, you go faster. Same control, so space control up and down, left, right. It goes where the mouse points as well, so you can just that. But space is always up, no matter where you face. If you hold Alt and press A and D, you just spin on the spot, and if you hold Shift, you can spin faster. You also have control over most of the options from this view. So if you land, one cool thing they've added is when you're in flight and just kind of let go, it sort of automatically kind of plants you on the floor if you're going not too fast. It's like a kind of built-in brake system. So most of the TARDIS functions you can use with just your keyboard from this view. So R is flight, F opens the doors, G is locking down mechanism, H is the is this mode. There's no way of... What the hell? I don't know why I'm here. I pressed H and I ended up on Mars. J... Oh, J is the handbrake. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm just pressing buttons. L is the cloak. T is anti-gravs, so it's like a float mode. So you're kind of levitating. And then you press T and then you drop. P turns the power off. I didn't know that. I'm just pressing keys now. That's the chat. Q is that. Z will delete. Oh, hello. What's that? I don't know what that does. Oh, if you right click, you change the spin direction or set to none. V is doesn't do anything. B, N, and M doesn't do anything either. Right, I think that's all the buttons. Another thing is if you middle click, you get this menu, which allows you to open manual flight control, manual destination select, which is this one again. You can open the music, so you have all these copyrighted music files. You've also got the scanner, so you can see around you inside from this menu. You've got coordinate input, which we showed earlier. Virtual consoles, which give you all the other buttons, but from a menu. Unlink your touch from your sonic screwdriver, turn on and off the console, the HADs, the cloak, the lock, engine release, fast return, and my favorite one is the chameleon circuit. So you have all these different ones. I should probably make I actually might make a Steam collection of all the TARDIS stuff, and I might link them in these videos if you want to go look at them all. So the main ones you probably want are the police boxes. So these are all the police box exteriors you can get. So a lot of these I've shown off. So you've also got the Cushing movie exterior from the old Cushing movies in the 60s. Now this one, I think in one of the other TARDIS videos I made in November, I talked about the Curse of Fatal Death. And then I looked up, and then they've added... This is at the police box. You can't get the interior for that story. But they've added the exterior from that episode as well. Again, there's loads. That's the Ruth Doctor one, Twice About Time one, that one. We've got some capsules. You want the default TARDIS exterior. You've also got the siege cubes, which don't have doors. You can't... If you leave, you can't get back in. You've also got the Sidrat from the War Games. You've got Lego Dimension TARDISes, which they've added all these other ones from other Doctors, which I think is amazing. I don't think... Even Lego Dimensions has that feature, I don't think. It might have done. I don't know. I've never played Lego Dimensions, and I really want to because it's got TARDIS in it. Masters TARDISes. So you got the beige kiosk from Axos. You've got the grandfather clocks. Rani's TARDISes. You've got some props. These are some extra add-ons. So if you want to look like a fridge, or I think my favourite one is the van. You can make your TARDIS look like a van. The van doesn't drive, sadly. And this is just some other people have made. You got some other ones. Miscellaneous. Again, it's more random ones. You've got the cabinet from Attack of the Cybermen. If you can plan, I think that's so when it next redecorates, or you reset the console, it'll change the exterior, and if you hit reset, it just takes you back to the default one that TARDIS had. See? Back to the police box. I like the Newbury one. Let's have the 70s Newbury TARDIS. I like that police box. If you open it, the doors... So from the inside, you get the same doors, and they make the same sound effect. I think also when you're in flight, it takes the sound effects as well. I think there's a faint hum, but inside you have the normal noise, but from the outside you don't, which is a bit strange. This is from the secondary console police box, but it still does all the same stuff. It still flies around, so it has all the same controls. Yeah, not always. You have to be quite slow for the flight mode to work. Let's change the community. Let's try one of these Lego Dimension ones. Let's try the 70s version of this. That's the Lego version of the Sharda TARDIS. Let's see what that looks like. How's it open? Oh, not surprised. That's really cool. As someone who has a Lego TARDIS, this is more the Dimension one because it's got the little printed bits. I think this actually looks really good. This looks better than the Lego Ideas one. And a hell of a lot better than the one I've got. I think that's all the buttons. Apart from the two kinds of flight. So of course there's this flight. Also, if you press Alt-E on this scanner, you get this view. Most TARDISes you can press Alt-E pretty much anywhere. It does it like the copper one does it. Oh, one more thing I will show are these scanners. If you hold E on the handles, you can move them to wherever you want. I think that's where you can make them portrait, but I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you get them to go portrait. So these two switches control the scanners, and then that one opens up the scanner screen on that. So sometimes I have a big scanner wall. The 80s TARDIS has that. That's why I made that the GTA Time Lord thumbnail, by the way. I got a mod. There's a map of a GTA ammunition gun shop. I just spawned the TARDIS in there and looked out the scanner. So if you thought, did I use Photoshop? No, I just used mods. So yeah, there's two forms of flight. So there's this one, so you just fly around like this. You can go wherever you want. You just fly around with this movement. And then when you're done, you just let go. And then, yeah, sometimes you go from a great height, you get a different sound effect. So that's the manual flight, all covered. And now we go for the more traditional flight, the DMAP flight. So all you do is you just pull your space-time throttle. All the funky lights go off. And this is actually... I don't actually know if this one actually moves up and down in the Smith one. I thought it was just the Capaldion that did it. You get this lovely ticking noises. I mean, of course, it's different for every TARDIS. Some have different noises and stuff. If you have... I didn't explain what Vortex flight was. That essentially means... So at the moment, if we quickly open the doors, we're in the Vortex. And if you open this menu, you can spin it round and do whatever if you want to. If you turn off Vortex, like you can't at the moment because of course we're in... Ooh, that's just a switch. We're in flight. You can disable that, so you pull the lever and you can have immediately materialise to where you've selected. Of course, I haven't selected anywhere yet, so we select. So let's use this like zip to point thing. Yeah, let's test. Let's test it. So, so it lines the surface and makes you perpendicular to the floor. So I think actually if I click like that, we should actually land on that surface without falling over because of how they've redone how the TARDIS works. There's like a light bit of magnetization. So now, oh, we actually are. Oh, the movement's a bit bugged, but it is parked perfectly on angle. In the old version, it probably would have just tipped over, but the people who make these mods are magical, and I love them. Yeah, I think I explained what the locking down mechanism does. I'll turn that off so we can take off. Now, so we don't really need it now because I think we just took off from over there. But say you wanted to go to your last set location. If you press the fast return protocol, it kind of immediately takes off. And I think it should also immediately materialize. So no vortex cocking about the sky. Immediately just there and back. And then we should be back just down here. So we haven't really gone far. And they say you can't do short hops. Yeah, so if you're on the other side of the map, you're like, oh, look, get back somewhere. You go, pull the switch, and then you're there. There's one other cool feature, is if you pull... Actually, I'm going to turn the shields off for this. This may be dangerous, but it's fine. This only really appeals if you have the health on. So say I pull the lever. So let's say, for whatever reason, you spill coffee on the console, and it triggers the handbrake. That happens. So now the TARDIS is, for a better word, broken. And now it's crashed a bit as well. You get these funky noises. So we don't know where we are. I'd have to open the door to find out where we are. Oh, we landed quite comfortably, about a foot away. He kind of just drops you. I assume we just dropped out of the sky. I assume we spawned up there. We sort of just dropped. That's what the crash sound effect was. No, that's a black hole. Now we could either just turn the power back on, or we could redecorate, because, you know, I'm bored with this console. Do these still work? Oh, these do. Cool. So what you do is you go to this menu. So I think you can randomize it, but I like to select them. So so we pick the task we want. I want one of these ones, because I haven't actually showed off these retextures. And then what you do is you select redecoration. Technically, we should be picking that one, really, but no. So we want retexture, default link, select for redecoration, and then we hit the redecoration button, and then so about self-repair, please vacate the interior, and then in a few seconds, it's a bit scuffed because of the skybox. If you do it from this angle there, it looks better from this angle. Sets with the new one. So we spin it around. There we go. And now it's the copper smith with no lag spike. It's got to load the interior. Yeah, I haven't really did a video on this because I didn't really know how to do a video on just like how one task, but they've retextured it. The lighting, you get some different lightings. So you get night lighting or blue lighting and stuff. This is the default one, and it's lovely. It's still the same console, does all the same stuff. Still got the dragon back there and all that gubbins. It's all the same. So here's a few more buttons. It's all the same buttons still. So you've got the scanner button. They've got a few other ones here, like digital communication. There's don't one of these light up? Oh, I thought one of these lit up. And you've got the that time spoiler. Yeah, that doesn't do anything either. I don't think. You've got handbrake again. Vortex flight. I think that's meant to be a callback because I think the old version had like. There's also the legacy flight. That's a slightly bit more convoluted. But I think actually when you redecorate, it saves the TARDIS. So this is technically the same TARDIS. So I think if we hit the fast return, the TARDIS explodes. Is it because I had the handbrake on? Oh, we are still here. Oh, it does still work. Oh, the fast return still works if you have the handbrake pulled. That's quite fun. I didn't know that. But I think also if you pull it and then pull it midway, like if you're still taking off, it just cancels it. And then that happens. In this options here, you can turn off health. You can turn off having longer repair times. The repair also triggers if you like fly around. So if you used to play the old... Actually, let's do that. So enable health and lower it. Like something stupid, like let me get a gun. Let me get a gun quick. I have now shot the TARDIS. I have now killed the TARDIS with a python. And then you just leave. You get like smoke effects, and if you try and fly it when it's broken, it'll have different sounds. It'll be a bit hard to control, and it'll kind of fly around a bit. It's a bit fun. I do recommend flying it around. Because that's what I used to do. That's why I got Gmod. Like when I had my first computer. I would get the GM Big City map and just fly the TARDIS around the buildings, trying to dodge buildings and stuff and watch it explode. It was just really fun. Thank you very much for watching. I'm now just flying for some reason. Yeah, happy Christmas or whatever and any other holidays you celebrate this kind of year. Hanukkah, that's around this sort of year. I'd say Thanksgiving, but we've already had Thanksgiving, haven't we? I say we. I'm British. I don't have Thanksgiving. Kwanzaa, I think that's another one. I learned that from Very Big Blue House, and there's probably some other ones I've forgotten. But yes, happy whatever holiday, and this will probably be the last video of the year. Actually, there might be a seasonal Christmas special or something I might do. I don't know, but this might be the last video of the year. Who knows? But there is a montage coming out on New Year's Eve. I don't know if I mentioned that. No, I did mention that earlier. So, see you then. Goodbye. I didn't plan for the console to explode.